o'clock hour is green. Go to KFAN.com and enter the keyword green.
You want to talk thrill of victory, agony of defeat playing out on the pitch in Atlanta, Georgia? Man, that's something right now. Let's just say Argentina is enjoying itself, and England, its players, blubbering, devastation, you name it. For the record, Messi assisted on both goals in Argentina's dramatic late comeback over England, which had was enjoying a 1-0 lead until late, I think about 85 minutes into the ball game, so to speak. Look at Bellingham just staring out into space.
Yeah.
Towards, I think, the England cheering section, hands on hips. Doesn't know what to do. Does not know what to say. Now, I was told, my sources say, Dateline Atlanta, that's where this game was played, as I said.
Yep.
It was a massively bigger Argentinian crowd than England. That it was like 75-25 at the closest.
Interesting.
For whatever reason. And they did show look at Bellingham. He's still just...
Yeah, I'm sure he's taking it all in.
Oh,
he wants to remember the feeling.
Now he's going down to his haunches.
It's going to motivate him for the next 4 years.
You think it will?
It should.
Now there's as many Argentina fans in the crowd that have taken their shirt off as Argentine players took theirs off on the pitch.
Tarps are off everywhere.
Everybody, yeah, they're all doing it. And I still have yet to see the first hint of blubber on any of them.
Oh, gosh,
It's astonishing.
No, you can't be.
There's just none.
You can't be pudgy.
But I thought every once in a while you find somebody who's cheating a little bit.
There's nobody nicknamed Lumpy that's playing in the World Cup.
It's amazing. And even some of the people in the crowd look like they're in good shape with their shirts on.
Yeah. Well, it's also they've been sitting out in 99-degree weather wherever they've been for the last month.
That's true.
You got to walk a long way. You got to be fit to be a football fan.
You really do.
Harry Kane. Sir Harry.
Slow walk.
Yep.
Back to the pitch, looking around, wondering.
85 minutes they had the lead. Or at the 85-minute mark.
At the 85-minute mark, at least, yeah. Yeah.
You're right, though. I'm looking at the momentum meter. It's different than the win probability.
Yes.
But I think it's a good nugget that kind of tells you who had the better of play. It's blue for Argentina the entire second half.
Yeah, it was pretty
very few
dominant.
Red check marks on this graph. They had the better play. And, they're the desperate team. They needed to. England did kind of go into a shell, it looked like.
How many newspapers or online sites will have as their headline, the big headline tomorrow, Messi Magic? It's going to be Messi Magic over and over because the alliteration is undeniable.
Yep.
But I would say if you're a really good headline writer, you say, well, let's come up with something different.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's going to have Messi Magic, aren't they? Or you just say, I'm not going to try to overthink this. It's Messi Magic.
Exactly. It always has been Messi Magic.
Yeah.
It always will be Messi Magic. A soccer family member of mine,
yes.
I was texting with him during that match. He said, are you watching? Talking about Messi. And our joke is that longtime football fans like me, who literally just pulled up here 3 weeks ago,
right.
are not surprised it was more Messi Magic. He wrote back to me, he really is just going to drag them to the final again.
Yeah.
All-time stuff. It's Messi Magic.
So, in a sense, the title game matchup is two teams with great, obviously, soccer heritage, but that were kind of viewed as, I don't know, the way Spain started this thing, they don't really seem to be scoring much. I don't know. And then with Argentina, it was, well, you can't keep coming back the way they're coming back. It's not possible, especially as the competition gets better, and yet that's exactly what they've done, right? Now, I don't know. I don't sense early any major or as many officiating controversies as we've had in several other games. Have you? If
No.
there's some,
I think the level's been good.
We'll find out later. There might be a couple of hidden, sneaky ones that might come up on the broadcast. So this result, is the England manager vindicated? Because he got ripped for basically refusing to celebrate England's quarterfinal victory. So we got to play a lot, but come on, man. It's great. I'm glad we won. We got to play a lot. That's not even close.
Interesting.
To what we can do. Is he now vindicated?
Or does it come back to him and say, well, how do you not have the lads ready to go in the quarters and then in the semis?
Yeah.
Doesn't it come back to you?
That's the danger of it. Yeah, that's the danger of going down that road.
We say that a lot about coaches, right? It's your team out there.
Yeah.
How did you not get them going?
Yeah, that's a good point. You might be right about that. Trying to play a low block for 40 minutes against Argentina is a sackable offense. That England manager should be fired immediately. I can't argue with that because I don't know if that's indeed the case, but that's what one of our soccer insiders, 612 guy, is suggesting. How about this headline from Lawyer Tom? Argentina makes a Messi of England's World Cup dream. That's not bad. I mean, it's one of those groaning puns, but I kind of like it.
Yes.
The more I think about it.
I wonder if that's been done as well.
Yeah, probably has.
You would think it has. He's played for 50 years.
Yes, he is.
So I'm guessing there's not a lot of original Messi thoughts out there.
Yeah.
But like you said, that could be the challenge, though. That's the ultimate challenge of your vocabulary, of your ability to, with puns, all of it.
612 guy, I believe Spain has allowed one goal in this entire World Cup. You don't believe it because it's true. It's more than a belief. It's fact. We've talked a lot about that. We raved about their defense yesterday for sure. I think the purists might say that the best matchup for the final would have been Spain-England. But then you're back to how can you turn your back on any final that includes Messi, regardless of the relative quality of play. No, Spain has been very undervalued. We've talked about that pretty much throughout because I don't think enough value has been given to the fact that defensively they've been so good. And what do they say the best defense is in soccer? We don't let the other team have the ball.
Right, keep the ball.
Just keep the ball, which is difficult to do in our form of football, right? Because you got to kick off and the other team has the ball and you can try to get it back.
You can run the ball and milk the clock that way.
Whatever the case may be.
Shorten the game. But you do have to score at some point.
No doubt about that. Headlines should be the right foot of fate, alluding to him mostly being left-footed and game-winning assist on game winner. There's some deep thought being put into this whole headline thing, isn't there?
People appreciate people taking the time. I wonder how Ian Leonard's doing.
That was brought up.
Was it?
That was brought up. How about a welfare check on
Man, I don't even know.
Ian Leonard? Because it's a tough way to lose,
It
man.
is. Yeah, and he's locked in, as we know. You went out there.
A very difficult way to lose. That much is for sure.
I think we're friendlier with Ian. You know, we text and talk more than people know. I don't know if I'm tight enough with him right now.
You're not quite ready?
You know what I mean? Like, am I good enough friend? Am I good enough lads with him?
Yes. No
Should
question.
I be texting him right now?
Significant, or I should say consecutive texts reacting to our conversation with Tim Connelly, a confirmed soccer fan as well. My respect for the general manager of the Wolves went through the roof when he said, my goal is to win a ton of games or get fired trying.
Yep.
Love the attitude of not worrying about keeping my job, just focus on doing my job. Right before that, win a ton of games or get fired trying. 8+ quote from Conley, love him and Guerin. We have talked about that similarity, even though their personalities are very different. I don't even know that Tim Connelly has ever made meatballs, but I don't think it makes him a bad person.
I don't think he's a chef.
He might be a grill master though, because a lot of times, individuals are not hardcore chefs, but they're really good around a grill.
He could be a pit boss, maybe.
He could be a pit boss, kind of thing. But they are in that
master.
sense the same. In fact, we've talked to both of them about that before. And I don't think one is necessarily enabling the other or that is inspiring the other. I think they both have this philosophy independently. It's just interesting that they both are in charge of our winter sports teams. And I'll say another thing, though, that I didn't say to him. I think you have an advantage. Now, he's technically never won a title, right? Because the team he put together won it in Denver after he left.
His first year
here. It was largely his team.
Yes.
Right? But he doesn't have a ring, per se, himself as a head coach, a general manager or president of basketball operations. But I think his reputation is on such a lofty level anyway. It makes it easier, I think, also at some point to roll the dice. Because you're going to get, let's just say this blows up. Let's say LaMelo Ball plays in 47 games, totals a couple of vehicles in downtown Minneapolis. It's just all sorts of stuff going on. And the team ends up winning like 44 games and being eliminated in the first round, if you even get in the play-in. In the play-in.
Yes.
Right, in the play-in, with which LaMelo has some experience. And for whatever reason, the new owners say, this is we can't. This is too much. We're done. The beauty of it now, when you're established the way Connelly already is in terms of his reputation, is you're going to get another job. You might even get another job in 5 minutes, because I think most people would say, well, he was kind of at a point where they're at the crossroads and they got to take a couple of chances. Sometimes you win them, sometimes you don't. But it might, in some ways, if you haven't established yourself,
right? I
think it becomes harder in some ways to be as bold as he can, he wants to be and vows that he's going to continue to be. And you could say the same for Guerin. Now, Guerin hasn't even been an architect as the main guy of a Stanley Cup winner either. I mean, he's had less, I think, in that regard. And he's not as far along as Tim is.
Right.
But it is an interesting point. And
he's also got Team USA in his back pocket. You could say, yeah.
That's a great point. He does, yes.
He was the architect.
Yes.
And now, again, the architect, you pick the team of the best players. He was the GM that brought the gold medal back to the U.S.
Yeah,
that's an easy sell to a fan base,
right?
That's
also true, too. You're 100% right.
And if you're Connelly, you have the equity that you're going to get a new gig. And given the fact that it took so much to get him here from Denver and keep him here through the ownership stuff and the contract extensions and my gap year, I'm guessing his savings account is okay. He could sit out a year or two if he needed to.
Can I give you a name that I've never run by? I can't run by him because I think he's under contract with another team, I think. So that would be tampering for Connelly to talk about a player in that situation. But I haven't even run this name by your guy, Johnny Athletic. Would anybody be, again, given the options, let's assume LeBron doesn't end up here. Does anybody else have any intrigue for, I think he was with the Pacers most recently, I think he still is, Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin was a guy in New York that before the team took off, there were a lot of rubes who said basically part of the reason Tibbs isn't going to succeed is he doesn't play Obi Toppin more. He became almost too popular in that sense, like he was going to be a main guy.
Right.
But I like him as a guy when the Wolves are in the situation they're in, he represents the kind of player that kind of intrigues me. But I think he's still under contract with the Pacers, so obviously I assume that would have to be some kind of a deal.
Yes, he is. It's a very responsible contract. He's got 2 years left. 15 mil this year, 16, shade over 16 mil next year. And then he's an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah. So, like, for example,
he had like 12 threes when they beat us without Halliburton.
I do remember that.
Ago,
yeah, you're
including
right.
the game winner.
He, who's the other guy we got in the deal? Green?
Yeah, Josh Green.
So is that guy? I mean, the money's similar, is it not?
Yeah, I think it's about 15.
So I have no idea though how the Pacers view Obi Toppin at this point, but he's a front court player, right?
Yes.
That's the issue. So I don't know. It's a name I want to run by Johnny. I have no idea if there's any truth to it. Now, I think Connelly also gave me the impression that they feel they might have some internal ways to not have Jaden McDaniels at the 4 that much.
Right.
So does that mean we're going to get really funky and think that we can play Terrence Shannon Jr. at the 4, depending on matchups? Or because it almost sounded like what Connelly was saying is you're thinking of the 4 position from 20 years ago.
Right.
It's all changed now, depending again on who you're playing and matchups. So I got the feeling that they've already visualized something else very funky because he made it sound like it was internal. Not that there's another name out there beyond LeBron that they might be eyeing that they think they could get in a sneaky way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm even just looking at the roster. Yeah, is it Terrence Shannon? Is it sliding Ant to the 4 at times? It's not putting Berenger at the 4, is it? They're kind of doing that with Rocco in the summer.
Yeah, because he can't. He's not a good enough shooter at this point. I got a couple texts for Hachimura. No, that ship has sailed, and it was always going to be too much money. He ended up going from the Lakers to the Clippers. Very intriguing. He'd be a perfect fit here, even if some people don't love his defense. But that was going to be too rich for this club. So I don't know. That's a name I might run by. Maybe I'll even text Johnny about that name. Let's do this. We went long. Well, not long, but let's get about bottom of the hour break in. We have Kessler scheduled for about 1 hour from now. Lots more.
And Russo at the top of the hour.
Forgot about Russo. How could I forget about Russo? He's going to join 502. The idea, the inspiration on Russo is Yzerman is out as the general manager of Detroit right now. He's staying in the organization, I think, as an advisor. But the obvious question is, that's who we've been negotiating with, right? Garrett has been negotiating with to get our prize center. So what does this do to the negotiations? Does this make it any more or less likely that we might be in this mix? What does that move signal is what we're going to hope to get to from Russo Radio. And as Gargi said, that'll be about 30 minutes from now.
You're listening to Barrero on The Fan.
From the 1-800-ASK-GARY Traffic Center.
This report.
Messiah, the Messiah, get it? A messy finish stuns England.
Ooh.
A lot of puns.
Yeah, but it's a great name for puns.
It is, that's true. We were talking earlier about just how historic this rivalry is, including the Falklands War between the two countries. We weren't kidding. After Argentina's late, dramatic 2-1 comeback, Giovanni Lo Celso unfurls a banner on the pitch that reads, Las Malvinas son Argentinas. Translation, the Falklands are Argentine. You think they forget? No, that's all part of it. That's what makes this thing so incredible. On the pitch, available for all to see. It's unmistakable. Can't miss it. Here's another nugget about the World Cup in general this time around. Today's Argentina victory was the 15th comeback win of the 2026 World Cup.
Wow.
More comeback wins at this Cup than the last two combined.
That's interesting.
Which is pretty amazing, yeah. And pretty impressive.
I wonder if there's any theories about it. Or if it's just good players making good plays.
I don't know.
You know it'd be something if Spain had a lead in the final and gave it up. Ooh. Then you know there'd be some weird football god stuff happening.
There would be. There's not any question about that. There's no question. 1982 is when Argentina attempted to invade the Falklands, the territory, take it basically from the United Kingdom. They didn't have it long. Argentina surrendered. I think the conflict lasted from April 2 to mid-June. And as we said earlier, there were, between the two countries, 1,000 troops who were killed in that confrontation. Did you see the Harry Kane quote?
No.
If I can find it. I'm just gutted for the boys, for everyone, the staff, the fans. We played a good game for the vast majority of it. Once we went 1-0 up, we tried to hold on, which at this level is not enough. Now, that sounds sneaky. That sounds like he agrees with our texter, prevent defense.
Yeah.
We worked so hard to be here. The lads gave every last bit of running sweat to fall short like we did today. Gutting. Hard to argue with that. Had one other stat here that got my attention. As I mentioned, Russo coming up at the top of the hour. Hold on. I thought I had a Messi quote. Now I can't find it. I cannot find the damn thing. Thierry Henry speaking as part of Fox's post-match coverage. Best team won. Great attitude, mentality. Argentina played very good football. England went into a back five too early for my liking. That sounds like prevent. They thought they had to defend the lead a tiny bit too early. Scaloni put the little man Messi on the right, not in the middle in traffic, but on the right to give him the ball in 1v1s. They're the world champions for a reason. Well, what's that cross kick you call it? What was the term for it? The one that led to the game winner?
Cross. Yeah, it's a cross. I call it class because that's soccer code for good.
That was, again, for the people who don't like soccer, I don't know how you can look at that play and go, that's a great play. To have the ability to put that ball where he did with his toe. Right?
In that circumstance, in that situation.
That's mythic. That's as breathtaking as any 360 or any, circus catch by Justin Jefferson. It just is. You don't have to love it, but it just is. Yeah, maybe I asked for too many. There's a lot of headlines. For sure.
That's good. People are dialed in. We like it.
Messi might be able to add the most clutch player of all time with how many goals Argentina has scored after the 75th minute this tournament alone. Those two passes to win today's match were magnificent. They were. There's not any question about it. How old is Messi? Will you look up his age for me?
I don't know.
He's over 40, isn't he? Or is he a little younger than that?
He's 39.
39.
He just turned 39 about a month ago. A little less than a month ago. Pretty good, man.
Is this his last one? Has that been determined? Has he already declared that?
I don't know if he's declared it or not, but that's what people are saying. It would make sense to come back at 43, but Serena just came back to play Wimbledon at 44. So
if you win it, you got it. That's it. You got to wrap it up, don't you? I mean, there's no better way to go out. I mean, you may not have gotten the Falklands back,
right?
But you did everything short of that, correct? And you're, like you said, you're going to be 43. Come on. That's it.
Yeah, or do you just, because this will be the second in a row for Argentina, right? Yeah. They finally won it in 2022.
That's true.
The last time around, that was supposed to be like the career culmination, the only thing he hadn't done, unless I'm remembering it wrong. And now, kind of like Rory McIlroy winning the Masters after all those years, then you come back and win it the next year. Yeah. Think about doing that if you're Messi. You win it at 35 and then run it back at 39. Why not? Why not come back at 43? Who's going to tell him no? They'd keep a spot for him on the team, wouldn't they?
You couldn't say no.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
as long as he wants to.
Even if deep down you felt like you wanted to say no, you can't. No. You can't say no to Messi.
No, you can't.
I don't think. You have to play the thing out no matter what.
Harry Kane walking up the tunnel.
Kane's a lot younger, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
Can't remember. For the record, by the way, on LeBron, we talked about the new theory that was offered by a source to me that LeBron might make his announcement as soon as tomorrow. When he appears, he's got a big appearance at Fanatics Fest.
He does.
In New York.
He does.
And for the record, if this matters, he's doing a live Mind the Game pod recording in front of a live audience. Steve Nash is usually the guy with him. He's not available.
What?
And it's going to be instead Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, wow.
And here's the time. 12:15 p.m. Central tomorrow. 12:15 p.m. Central.
Well, that changes some days around.
Yeah.
doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
there's been some weird late steam on the Pacers. Do you buy any of it?
Was that why Halliburton's doing it?
Well, that's why I brought it up, because I read today that there was kind of some, and this maybe that steam was born out of that.
How devastating
podcast.
would that be for you if LeBron says, I've always dreamed of playing in Indianapolis?
The best basketball
You lose
town.
your mind.
We had so many great memories there.
Yes.
Host cities.
It's actually been a very good basketball town. College and pro back in the Indiana Pacers days, certainly ABA days. It's a tremendous franchise, very successful back a long time ago.
Well, and
even in the NBA.
And Hoosiers, the movie.
Hoosiers,
and
the whole
we
bit,
get it. Basketball is meant to be played there.
I've not heard that. That's fascinating.
It might just be because of that speculation got going that he's doing the pod with Halliburton. Yeah, Indy would be great. That would be so funny. That actually would hurt badly because I know Indy's not as cold as Minnesota, but there's no difference in it, city-wise.
Not a huge difference.
No, not one. That's interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
Halliburton, I think on that podcast before, gave one of the great all-time stories about the Paris Olympics when he mentioned how he realized Steve Kerr was doing the big meeting and all the veterans were talking about how there's 12 guys on this team. We can't all play all the time.
Yeah.
And how he slowly looked around the room and realized the meeting was essentially about him. He was going to be the guy that wasn't going to get to play. It was great.
That's pretty good.
It's a story worth finding for people that have never seen it. And telling LeBron that, he's like, I wonder who they're talking about. And then he kind of looks around. He's like, oh, they're talking about me. I'm not going to play. I'm not going to get to play.
Good. Yeah, that's a good nugget.
He figured it out in the meeting. It's just outstanding.
That dawning of realization, that had to have been a pretty remarkable moment.
Yeah, it is great.
I think the next World Cup is in Argentina. Messi might want to play one more. It's not. It's a combo platter. 2030 would be the next World Cup for men, correct?
Yes.
Morocco, Portugal, and Spain are sharing, I guess, home cooking for the 2030 World Cup. Now, those are the main host countries. I guess I should say, though, then there's something called, what does this mean? Centenary match hosts do include Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay. So if you're a centenary, or centenary, maybe mispronouncing that.
Spell that.
Match CENTENARY. Interesting. So yeah, I guess technically there is some representation there. That's spread out a long way.
Okay, so centenary means the 100th anniversary of the World Cup. There will be 3 special opening matches hosted by Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay.
Okay. But the bulk of it will be in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco.
Yes.
That makes some sense. Dan, you have a Sophie's Choice situation for the final on Saturday, LOL. Who will you be rooting for in the final? You can't wear a jersey that is half Argentina and half Spain. I got to pick one. I got to pick Spain. I mean, again, that's the home country. That's where my father was born in 1932. So I think it's an interesting dilemma because it is kind of cool, in a sense, having connections to both countries. But I think you got to go with the quote unquote home country, don't you? España? I still don't know if my La Roja hoodie's going to be here by then, though.
By Sunday?
Maybe that will determine.
Don't you have any tracking? Well, you said you bought it from a company that you're not sure is legitimate.
I'm worried already.
Have you checked your bank or credit card statements recently?
There's a couple of shaky purchases that I don't remember making.
I don't want to laugh.
At several different department stores around the world.
Yeah, that's tough.
I'm a little bit worried about that.
Yeah, you might want to check on that.
Problem. Let's get a pause. We got to need another one here, don't we?
We do.
And don't forget, Bonus Russo Radio. At the top of the hour, there will be some hockey conversation. Years ago, I don't even remember. I guess I would have been in Dallas. I don't think I would have been in Louisville. I had a conversation with a Cincinnati Enquirer columnist, sports columnist named Mark Purdy. Purdy a very accomplished guy. He had, as I recall, I think previously he'd been a reporter at the LA Times, big time guy. And he was trying to convince me to apply to be the Cincinnati Redlegs beat man. They had an opening. We had a good relationship. He was, he kind of liked my work. And I ultimately said, I don't think I'm cut out to be a ball guy. I'm really not. I covered a little bit of that in Texas, but I just don't think that's what I want to be. Plus, I think I was at the Dallas Morning News then, which is, a bigger paper, really.
Yep.
So I ultimately said, thanks, but no thanks to him. He has, I think, retired. He was he's a legend in the Bay Area. Longtime columnist in San Jose, I believe. I suggest to you, he has come up with the tweet of the 2026 World Cup. I just retweeted it. And it's a photo of a very pensive, annoyed-looking Mick Jagger, who was there for this game today, this match today.
Wow.
And here's the Purdy comment with this perfect photo. You can't always get what you want. How good is that? That's world class right there. And that's the look on his face. It's precious. I mean, it's almost like in his mind he's going, we can't go into the prevent. We can't go into the prevent.
His hat looks sideways.
His hat is askew, and I don't think that's how he usually wears it.
No.
He's been very prominent doing interviews because he's got, the Stones have a new album, I think, that just came out.
Of course they do.
Not that long ago.
It's about time they drop some new stuff.
It's absolutely true. Who's Conan, who's got the big time Sirius podcast? Just did an hour with him.
Conan O'Brien Needs a Friend.
That's a tremendous effort to convey the agony of defeat. And in kind of classic Mick Jagger mode, it's not like he's blubbering or anything. He just has that
lips are kind of pursed
look. Yeah, like, oh my God. Proof that even Mick Jagger can get his feelings hurt by a sporting event, by something that happened right in front of his eyes.
If he's cut, he bleeds like the rest of us.
That's it. It's 100% true. There's no question about that. Adam in White Bear Lake. Dan, as one of your intrepid listeners, I'm not worried about the World Cup, the Wolves of the Wild. I think that what all of us want to know is what will your order be at the Hoos this weekend? It's back on your side of town in Plymouth of Highway 55. Now, it was 2 or 3 days ago that Tennessee brought this to our attention, right?
Yes.
Both of us via and it's been so busy on other things, we've not gotten around to it.
Right.
Is the Hoos officially back? It's part of
Lattice.
Right.
Yes. Because I remember we talked about it at the time when it was first just an idea that they were looking to bring it back. And so now it's officially opening this weekend. See, I thanked Tenna for the tweet and never clicked on the story to read it. So is it opening this weekend? Is that the deal? We're all back? This is kind of the grand opening?
I think so, yes. Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think I am free this weekend.
We'll have to figure it out at some form and obviously get a little bit more information and then maybe even make the stop, as you say. Now, 952 guy, there's always a Twitter list out there. Does that mean that England got what they need? Of course, from the song, it's can't always get what you want.
It's the next
line. Try sometime. And I would say don't worry about the other line. In this case, I'd say just live with you can't always get what you want. Because I don't think, although maybe we'll say this was the inspiration for England making a better run in 4 years. Then it would be the perfect companion tweet by Mark Purdy 4 years from now if England wins it.
Led by a new manager, maybe.
Yeah, that's very likely.
People are saying, somebody tweeted earlier, texted earlier, that's sackable, right? Which is soccer term for firing the coach. That the manager or the coach should be sacked.
That's what they play. In soccer, that's what they call it, right?
Yeah, I mean, soccer fans like you and I understand the lingo, but it's helpful to explain it to people that maybe just came to the game.
I actually like sacked better than fired in general.
I think we should start using
that more often on even American sports.
We've learned a lot this week about grammar and things with the stuck pig, and now we'll do sacks. This has been a good week, I think, in terms of refreshing some of the vernacular.
Dr. Dan, Mick made the face, writes Turk, before the score was tied 1-1. Score was 0-1 England. Prevent D never works. Sir Mick knows Sports.
Think you saw it coming?
I don't know if that's true. I thought it was 1-1 when I looked up, because they showed him, not a bunch, but there were 2 or 3 shots. And he looked like he was all, oh, there he is. Oh, they just did on a live post-game replay. In this case, it was a shake of the head from Mick Jagger. It was more than just the, I mean, that's what looked as the old picture's worth 1,000 words. Or is it 10,000 words? What's the saying?
1,000.
1,000 words? Yeah.
Our buddy Chip Scoggins tweeted about 40 minutes ago, do they have post-game call-in shows in England? If so, how do I listen? That would be a good live listen.
Oh, my God, yes. And I bet you there has to be.
I would think.
Somewhere, right? I'd want to hear Argentinian wine line just to hear the celebrations, but we'd need translation. Right well, that's probably true. How about some Russo conversation on an interesting development in Detroit? Why would you care about what the Red Wings are up to in terms of their front office? Well, very specific reason. We'll find out if it makes it any more or less likely that the Wild are going to be able, or Billy Guerin in particular, be able to do business with the Detroit Red Wings. That and more with Russo when he checks in next.
Bumper to Bumper with Dan Barrero on The Fan.
From the 1-800 Ask Gary Traffic Center.
This report is sponsored